Alright, time to see if we can find Nora's shuttle thruster. Supposed to be somewhere in the area. Kinda got sidetracked doing other stuff for a bit, but that's, I mean... Or it's more like I didn't get sidetracked, because there was other stuff I was already doing when I found her quest, and I just kind of let her quest idle when I found it.
Where is everyone?
It appears he's been dead for several hours, Pathfinder.
But who killed him?
Cerebral hemorrhage. Violent death. Bottom floor seems kind of devoid of usability. There's one thing here. The Omni Gel is mine. Oops. Hit my head. Pathfinder don't need stairs. Pathfinder might need stairs. Pathfinder might need stairs. Pathfinder is moderately stuck. There we go.
Pathfinder, I detect movement. Someone is behind that door.
Multiple people beaten to death around here.
I can be friendly. Let's talk this out.
You want to tell me why you were sneaking around in there?
You saw the camp. When Axios comes, the only thing to do is hide.
Who?
You haven't heard of him? Axios leads the meanest gang on Eladin. They run raids on other scavenger camps, never leave anyone alive. Last night, they picked our camp. I was lucky enough to find a hiding place. Been in there ever since.
Your gang bought a thruster from a scientist recently. I want it back.
That piece of junk? Didn't even fit our ship. Axios must have taken it. He took everything. You can try getting it back from him if you have a death wish. I'll even give you the nav point.
You going to be okay by yourself?
This happens all the time. I'll find a new gang. Oh, one more thing. If you see Axios, shoot first. He's not a talker.
That was your hiding spot? That seems insane. Oops. I say that because, like, what was that?
Analysis of alcohol content reveals it was brewed here on Eladin.
Made here? Out of what?
It's probably safer if you don't know, Pathfinder.
Why would it be safer for me to not know? I'm the Pathfinder. What do you think's actually gonna happen with that knowledge? I know that, like, it's supposed to be like a joke and stuff like that, but, like, it's really, like, how... In what universe is it safer for me not to know what they're making their weird brews out of? But yeah, that guy's hiding spot made no sense because the entire outpost only has 2 rooms, and he was hiding in plain sight in one of those 2 rooms. You telling me they didn't go in that room? Seems bizarre to me. We can confront them at the water. There's the thruster thing. We might be nearly done. I'll have to double check my quest log. There's probably stuff that points me back towards the Krogan area. New Tachanka is a separate map location, so that that shows up separately from the rest of the world.
I like his armor. Kill him.
Me? You don't know what my armor looks like. I'm inside of a nomad. Unless you're talking about somebody else.
I detect multiple life forms, Pathfinder. Likely Axios and his scavengers. Records indicate Axios has multiple bounties on his head. Be careful, Pathfinder.
He was probably talking about the people in here. Hey Axios, how you doing? Having a swell time? Boing. Oh no, Axios is so scary. Whoopsie, he's dead. Anyone else? Yeah, when they're talking about wanting somebody's armor, they're probably talking about in here.
Finally. Let's get it back to her.
Bye-bye. Oh. Bad time to zoom. Whoa, look at them go. They left on a trip. Alright, well, we got the part we came for. Is there anyone hiding on the top floor in here? That's apparently the blind spot of the Axios gang. You hide upstairs in an empty room, and no one finds you, because they think that outposts only have 1 room, apparently. Is that one of his gang members just hanging out? Who are you? Oh look, his arm's going through his body. Alright. Yep. Have I ever mentioned how finished this game is? At first, for a brief second there, I was like, holy crap, it's like an actual, like, crippled character, like, with a missing limb. Like, that's a thing I wouldn't expect, the fully modeled thing. Then I realized his arm was going through himself. I'm like, oh, he's not disabled. He's just broken, but not in, like, the in-universe kind of way. It's very much a rendering issue. I guess that must have been a member of that outpost. Didn't feel like thanking me. He wasn't aggressive, so I'm guessing he's probably not a member of the gang.
Sinkhole!
Oh no, a sinkhole, what will we do? Woohoo! Do a flip.
Pathfinder, this area
Area
can be
can mine for resources.
You can extract
minerals via your—
by
Oh
interface.
shit! My bad. That's the one sinkhole you can't go down. Not the only one, obviously, but boy, that startled me a little bit because they're so shallow around here. Howdy. Just gonna crash into this thing next to you. There we go.
Yes?
I got your ship's thruster back. Well, catalyzer. Same thing.
Seriously? I wasn't sure you'd pull it off.
Your work helps the colonization efforts. Least I could do.
Glad somebody appreciates me. Well, I'll install this and be on my way. I've got a lot of planet to cover.
Be careful out there.
Right. I hadn't thought of that. Thanks for the rescue, Pathfinder.
You don't have to be a dick about it. Really? Be careful out there. It's like, I just helped you. And I'm just wishing you well. And you're like, I hadn't thought of being careful. Thanks, Ryder. That's just rude, frankly. Yeah, we'll have to double check around Tachanka. New Tachanka. There might be more stuff hiding out in that separate zone off map. But last thing I want to do here is to at least confront over the water issue.
Temperature at the Paradise is currently 32 degrees Celsius, Pathfinder.
That's quite a change. The vault really did its job.
32 degrees Celsius. Isn't 40 degrees Celsius like 100 degrees? So then it's like, that's like significantly colder? That's like the temperature it is right here in California.
Good to see you, Pathfinder. Director Addison and Supervisor Kesh gave me the task of overseeing operations here. With luck, we'll soon see some changes on this trading post.
Now that Ania's gone, what are you trying to do here?
I'm sorting through Ania's books and forwarding what I find to the Nexus. The plan is to maintain this trading post and offer support to the Krogan colony. Later on, we may use it as a base to expand Nexus mining operations on Eladon.
What are you going to do about the water situation on Eladon?
The water you found is being distributed fairly. People can expect to receive as much water as they need when they come here, regardless of who they are.
Even the scavengers?
Even them. They've been advised that any abuse of the privilege may result in it being taken away. They seem to understand, for now.
Have you encountered any resistance? Any violence? Is everything okay?
We have enough guards and soldiers to put down any violent opposition. For now, it seems to be working. Perhaps we can rehabilitate the population of the planet, but that's a long ways off.
Well, I'll leave you to it.
That surprised me a bit. Didn't think that she would have already left. That she'd be sticking around and trying to fight for her place a little bit, but she immediately gave up and completely abandoned the location. Didn't try to adapt to the new landscape at all. Wondering if she's gonna show up again. It seems like the type of thing that might come up if I go back to the Tempest, and then I often get an email in this context that might lead to a change here. Only time will tell. And now we're back on the Tempest. Turns out that was it. That was all that we currently have left to do, aside from that one mission I've been avoiding, because he's just like, hey, attack stuff for me. Like, no. I imagine some of these emails might immediately send me back, though. Then we need to talk to Peebee, and probably Drac, actually. But definitely go up to the VidCon, too. Drinks from Drac. Hey, kid. Now that we've got the transport back, maybe let's take a load off. Swing by Krulla's song next time we're in Kadara Port. The bartender's getting to be a friend of mine. She'll mix you up something that'll strip paint. Drac. Return supplies from Outpost Coordinator. All medical supplies reclaimed from outlaw bases have been dispersed to initiative outposts and away teams. Thank you for your assistance. Nexus supplies. Serum update from Lexi. Ryder, I've been monitoring the scavenger you administered the serum to. His neural responses have improved dramatically, and he looks to be making progress, but, and this is the weird part, he does seem to be displaying signs of slight depression. Whatever was affecting his brain chemistry seems to have been releasing dopamine into his system, and now he's suffering withdrawal. I think he'll even out after a few weeks, but I'm keeping an eye on him. In the meantime, I'll forward the results to the Nexus. If we're lucky, we can use this to stop neural decay before it begins. Data from Sam in response to Dr. O'Keefe. Analysis of information downloaded from Dr. Ganar's terminal. Notes from Dr. O'Keefe. Decrypted. Summary of findings. Adjustment of retrovirus in last batch of soldiers resulted in success ratio of only 8%. That is unsatisfactory. I smashed many tanks in my fury. I'll start again. I'm committed to creating perfection. The perfect Krogan. A super soldier beyond belief. Someone named Dr. Ganar contacted me to consult on potential cures for the genophage. I sent him away. Why dabble in mediocrity when we can aim for brilliance? Attachment, portions of Dr. O'Keefe's genetic research data. That's a big deal to just find more O'Keefe information.
There you are.
Hi.
Okay, who stole Peebee and put you in her clothes?
Not funny.
It's a little funny.
Okay, it's a little funny. I received this.
Hey, babe. Sorry I broke your pet. It lacked versatility. Couldn't keep up. Maybe I'll do the same with your other new toy. Ta.
She means you. I hate her.
Really? Are you sure about that?
Oh, I don't know. It's not that she took my bot and broke her. We got Puck back and I repaired her. Better than ever. Now my scanner's fully upgraded and sweeping the cluster for remnant signals. We won.
So what's the problem?
It's just drummed up feelings I thought I'd put behind me. Turns out I just buried them. This is what happens when you let people in. You acquire baggage. I travel light, damn it. No baggage.
You just have to let the right people in.
Right can turn wrong. Good goes bad. I let Kalinda become important to me. Look where that ended up. Now you've become, or you're becoming, important. But you need to know, I resist checking out of this hotel every day.
With accommodations like these, I don't blame you.
You are funny. I just need a little space. Time to think. Hopefully, my now RemTech-infused scanner will pick up something amazing and make all this Kalinda trouble worthwhile.
Another thing on hold. Might not be for very long, though. There's not a lot of game left, frankly, if we're going to judge anything from the AVP screen. So it might just be that I need to leave and come back, and we'll get an update. Speaking of AVP... Holy crap, we have 6 points available. Okay, that's a lot. Better prices buying and selling items, let's do it. Increased amount of raw materials and consumables be purchased from traders. Sure. So the commerce pods are just maxed out now, yep. Science pods. Additional rare nodes made available. Rare mining nodes will be made available. Reduce the amount of time it takes to earn research points. Reduce the amount of time. Receive organic materials and tech materials. Let's do both of the ones that give me more materials on a regular basis. Speaking of which, there we go. 2 more to go still. Reveal hidden caches around established forward stations. Bonus experience for completing encounters, just in general. More consumables. More credits from Apex. I've flat out stopped using the Apex app completely because I'm just so sick of it. There's only 2 ways to use the Apex stuff. One is to go here on the ship, and I don't plan on loading into the Tempest nearly often enough for that to be viable. The other thing is to use the phone app, but the phone app keeps logging me out, and then I have to manually type all my information in again over and over again. And then when you're loading stuff around, it's super laggy and crappy, and like it's just... It's one thing if it would be a mindless thing I click on every now and then to give free resources, like it is for like World of Warcraft and a few other games that do the same crap. But it's actually actively a hassle to use this app that's both clunky and poorly defined and has a terrible interface. It has one of the worst interfaces I've ever seen for this type of game, which is weird, because this exact time-based thing, where you send people on missions and they'll be like, we'll be back in 4 hours, maybe we'll get stuff for you. Like, that's been done dozens of times before, so much better that I'm baffled how bad the app is. It's amazing. Let's see, that's an AVIX thing, that's an AVIX thing, so I'll just ignore those. Bonus experience, why not? Should have grabbed it earlier in the game, I suppose, but who cares at this point? We go for extra consumables. I mean, I'm running out of things to buy at some point. Let's go for hidden caches, I suppose. So there's only 8 left in the game. Why did I have 6? I feel like I came here not too long ago and I had 0. Maybe 6, I guess I must have gotten 6 over the course of the entire planet or something. Okay. I thought I had checked more recently, but maybe I hadn't in the correct spot.
Prepping VidCon communications.
Have I seen this recently? That's the poker log. Never mind. Oh, there's multiple ones. Interesting. I don't know if I'd want to go through the details of Gil's poker, though, at length. So it's Avitus Rix.
Ryder, I was just about to call you.
Everything all right?
I've got numbers, coordinates, flashing in my head. I think it's an SOS from Mason.
It could be coming from your SAM implant.
He's sending me his location.
We did find evidence that Natanus may be intact.
What evidence?
A bunch of stasis pods were jettisoned from the Ark. No survivors. But the logs show it happened long after Natanus hit the Scourge.
Someone's still flying the damn thing.
Or keeping it afloat, at least.
Here are the coordinates for my implant. Meet me there. We'll find answers.
Okay. We have a nav point to go at to try to follow up on this. I'm still in the dark how these implants work. We've established the idea that they have QECs in their implants, which, like, apparently we only had one connecting all of the Andromeda Initiative back to Milky Way, and they failed, or something like that, or somehow they all failed, I guess. But, like, they're apparently so expensive that they can only put one on the Normandy that went straight to the Elusive Man. Like, that's how expensive they are. But it seems like every Pathfinder and every prospective possible future Pathfinder all have the same implants, which in our case seems to include our dad, ourselves, our sister, and Cora, at the very least. Maybe even more people, just within the Human Initiative, all had their own QECs. Which in itself is crazy, because if they can communicate with each other... I guess that there has to be a quantum pair for every single one of these people that all link back to Sam. But then that raises a question about how, if this person is alive, how could we possibly be having trouble finding them? Because they should be able to communicate with Sam through their QEC, and then Sam could talk to us or the other Turian guy, and basically everyone could be getting information easily about what's going on exactly, and we would all know what's up, and we'd all be in communication. It's right up there with like how they made a point to give us QECs, which can't be jammed, and then the first mission of the entire game involved our communications being jammed, and I'm like, wait, what? Oh, right.
Pathfinder, I've detected the last CK tracker we need.
Right. We need to find Dr. Kennedy before the row car.
Tracking a remnant architect.
There we go. Had to go back for that real quick. So now that we have done Eladin, everything, not everything, but a lot of things that were on hold are suddenly not on hold, including the ZK tracker situation. So a whole bunch of simultaneously urgent things all crop up simultaneously, despite the fact that we were able to not have them be that important for a while there. Let's see. Isn't the point that it has to be here? Yeah, it has to be here, because it's near the outpost.
Probe away. Erratic. It's drifting, and I'm getting kit drive wash.
Now the Ket are involved? Damn it, get close.
Calla was right. Signs of Ket. But I'm getting data. The 4 trackers give us a point of origin on Vold.
That planet has no shortage of leftover kit.
We don't want a baby near Exaltation, or Rokar. We have to find them on Vold.
Exaltation, baby. The satellite tracks initiative shipments and allocates emergency drops without authorization. No ZK tracker satellites were authorized or deployed by the Nexus. So the outcome is that all this time they were on Vold. Interesting. What do you mean it's on hold? What? Let's exit out. Oh, I don't have to exit out. I can just go to the journal here. What's going on there? You just said that the mission is on hold until we make another shipment, another base. But the dialogue was saying that we're supposed to go to Vold. Know your enemy and tell him the Ket. Rider family. Little things that matter. Yeah, locate Dr. Kennedy on Vold. Weird. The quest tracker seems incredibly bugged out and unreliable in ways that are really disappointing. It just very blatantly said in the top corner of the screen that this mission is now on hold until I make another outpost so I can find more ZK trackers. But the actual status of it is to locate Dr. Kennedy on Vold. This has already happened a few times now, including when we were down on Eladin. I did the 3 obelisks, or whatever they're called, to get access to the vault. And then it gave me a notification saying, "You've successfully escaped the purification field and have escaped the vault." I'm like, I haven't even been to the vault yet. And so multiple times now the quest tracker is just straight up breaking? How do you fuck up at quest tracking? This is like bread and butter type stuff. It's really concerning. It's not even like animations are at least really complicated, and you have to make them all by hand, or you have to make a whole bunch of different ones by hand and then slot them in so they play at certain times, because that's how conversation systems work in games like Witcher and Mass Effect and Dragon Age and so on, and Horizon Zero Dawn. But that's a bunch of raw work. But having your quests not trigger correctly,
Beginning approach.
We've had that shit figured out for 20 years.
Vold orbit is steady.
Let's get down there. Not that I can say it's always been 100% figured out. I almost said Dark Souls, weird. Not that weird, I say Dark Souls a lot. What was it called? In Mass Effect 3, there were multiple quests that, a few of them were bugged, but there was a few but mostly the annoying thing about Mass Effect 3 is that it had a lot of, it had a tendency to send you to locations for missions, and then once you left that location, you could never return to that location ever again for the rest of your playthrough, which is fine. Missable stuff is a normal part of a lot of video games, so I'm not against that part necessarily. But if you
everywhere and they hang on to that piece, what's so special about it?
if you didn't completely complete every side quest of the game, then every time you left an area that you couldn't go back to, the side quest would stay there in your inventory. Failing side quests because you can't go back to a place is relatively normal, but having the game fail to register that the quest was no longer doable was kind of irritating, because that meant that by the end of the game, my quest was locked down with I had a quest log with like 20 impossible quests in it. I had to like scroll past all of these quests that didn't mean anything anymore because they couldn't be ever completed ever again in that playthrough, and they were all clogging up my quest log. So this is not the first time we've had quest problems, but it's not common to have a BioWare game straight up like getting the objectives wrong like that. In that case, it was just that quests were becoming impossible and they forgot to properly flag them as such and remove them from your... and fail you for them, basically. That was definitely annoying in Mass Effect 3, though, where I had to scroll past so many extinct quests to get to the ones that were actually still doable.
Mayday! Any initiative personnel, we need help! This is the Pathfinder. There may be Rokar and Ket closing on you. No, not now. This does not sound good. Can you make a run for it?
Running is unlikely, Pathfinder.
Of course she's having the baby now.
Tempest, Dr. Kennedy will need an escape vector ASAP.
Understood.
We knew immediately that she was of course going to be having a baby the moment we got here.
She's not really.
Oh yeah, she's preggers. Preggers as fuck. Holy crap, there's a density of Roakar and Chosen in the same spot. Holy crap. We clear? We seem clear. Until these ones come in. They're just coming in waves. Holy crap. Dude. Why are they synced up with each other? This raises questions. Oh, there's no one there. Why did I think someone was there?
We hear you, Doctor. Hold on.
I'm on someone else's schedule. Oh.
Anyone else?
Take them out. Kennedy's shuttle needs a pad.
Well, they're pretty easy. All things considered. How did that miss? Let's have a frank conversation real quick. How in the hell did that miss? I was aimed straight at their head. That's silly. Oh, hello. That's different. It's a bit of an escalation from the previous enemies. What do you mean invalid target? It's a freaking mech. It's the most valid target ever to hit with anything. There we go.
You're too close. I'm taking off. Wait until you're clear. There's no time.
Cleared it. What about the doctor?
What about it, Kennedy?
We're safe. He's safe.
Nice.
Get clear, Doctor. But we have to wrap this up with Addison.
Understood, Pathfinder.
So now they wanted help. They were so self-sufficient and ready before, but then everyone tracks them down simultaneously, and now they want our help. I see how it goes. That was their hiding spot? They were just in the open? They were just here. In a very, very open area on the planet. Just hanging out?
Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources.
Unless we're supposed to think that they just recently chose to move to this exact spot recently and were in here the whole time. Because like you would think that Sam would have picked them up in scans otherwise. They warped back to here, it looks like. Nope. They went off planet, it looks like. Yep. Alright, back to the Tempest it is.
Active remnant.
Peebee has been looking for us, apparently.
Hey there, what's new?
Ha! Funny you should ask. I need to know, if I had something really important to do, could I count on you to help? To come along?
If it's as exciting as you make it sound.
It's pretty damned exciting. Thanks to my newly remnant augmented scanner, I'm onto something big. Hear that signal? Best I can tell, it's coming from a piece of raw remnant programming tech. A building block in an unused state. My eyes bulge thinking what we might be able to learn from it, or do with it. It's like a REM tech wildcard, the kind of mystery I live for. I have to get it. There's no time to waste, right?
What are the implications of this device, whatever it is?
At the very least, it'll strengthen our bridge to Remnant technology. Even just getting closer data readings could help us break down Remnant programming, use their tech more efficiently. I need to find it. Like, now. Well, now that now's gone, so now.
I'll add it to the queue. We'll go, but we can't drop everything just yet.
I see. Yeah, okay. It'll be more fun with you along for the ride anyway. I can force myself to wait. Coordinates loaded into the galaxy map now. I'll be ready whenever you are.
Okay, sounds like her mission's ready to go. I got a few other things I want to deal with right now, though. Or at least follow up on the Addison dialogue before I do that.
VidCon channels are ready, Pathfinder.
Pathfinder, I have Dr. Kennedy on the channel. She is very tired, but alive.
And the baby?
Lungs like a banshee, and safe.
And now that you're back in the fold, it's the Initiative's job to keep you safe.
This all started with tech that could steal Initiative resources.
Dr. Kennedy has graciously offered to return her research, and any resources gained along the way.
I could always just purge all data.
No, thank you. We'll keep things simple. You and your trackers all safely accounted for.
Locking people up isn't the solution. We can't watch everyone all the time.
You had to comb the cluster and run a gauntlet to save them.
From what I've heard, they've done the same for every outpost. Your Pathfinder knows you can't keep this bottled. If you want us safe, make it all safe.
It's best if you're on the Nexus.
Where I can keep an eye on you. And we can talk.
I haven't changed, Foster.
That's what I hoped you'd say.
You never said what name you chose. Maybe Pathfinder? It's not Ryder, is it?
No, it's David. David Edward, for an old friend. Goodbye, Ryder, and thank you.
It's not Pathfinder, is it? That'd be so concerning if they named their baby Pathfinder. Like, yeah, really big D&D fans, as it turns out.